Now we are joined by our correspondent from Kabul, Sumaira Khan, who has further details on the latest developments in Afghanistan. Sumaira, ISIS has claimed responsibility for the rocket attack on Kabul airport as evacuations went down. Is there a threat of more attacks from the militant group?
Yes, Hira, we have been receiving this information, and or even today we received this information that the militant group ISISK is planning more attacks on not on just Kabul International Airport, but they are also aiming to have these deadly attacks on different busiest pockets of the city that was just trying to come to normalcy after the Kabul's fall to Taliban. And according to the latest information that I had in the afternoon, the information said that the Taliban's silence over the alleged drone attacks, the airstrikes carried out by the U.S. administration is also being discussed within the quarters of ISISK. So right now there is a multi-pronged challenge for the city administration. Although we don't have a proper and a formal setup of city administration, but still the Taliban quarters were right now in a process to form a government and announce a government, or at least a grey structure of a government. They are right now lit from that process, and they are trying to chalk out a security plan for the city right now. Hira.
Right. Sumaira, do we have any updates on development surrounding Panjshir Valley?
Hira, Panjshir Valley is still in a besieged condition by the Taliban. They have besieged the valley, and it is for the first time that this kind of a military strategy has been adopted by the Taliban in the history for the first time, or by any group that wanted to conquer Panjshir Valley in the history of Afghanistan. First time the valley is being besieged from four sides, and Taliban on the front gates of the Panjshir Valley, they are sitting over there with a heavily armed and equipped contingent of Taliban led by Qari Fasihuddin, and the other group is right now in the process of negotiation led by Maulana Turabi, and Basir Salangai is of the view, who's leading from the Panjshir side, he's of the view that yes, there are hurdles in negotiating, but we hope that without any bloodshed, because the supplies are scarcing right now. There is a scarcity of food, ration, water, and other commodities of life for the valley. So the chances are being narrowed down they are being narrowed down for the residents of the valley. So I think this is going to be the scenario for Ahmad Massoud as well to reconsider and revisit his policy towards surrendering or towards going into a declaration or into any kind of pact or accord with the Taliban. So in a day or two, we are also hearing that some other news are coming from Kandahar as well. And today, even Maulana Turabi, leaving the negotiations in the middle for a while, he traveled to Kandahar to meet Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar for a while.
Right. Sumaira, the EU withdrawal from Afghanistan is almost in its final stages as the Taliban prepare to take over. Can you please tell us about the formation of a future government by the Taliban?
So, sorry, Hira, can you please come again? Just miss some parts due to distortion.
Sure. So I'm asking that the US from Afghanistan is almost in its final stages as Taliban prepare to take over. Can you please tell us about the formation of a future government by the Taliban?
Yes, Hira, there is an extensive process that is still underway, and as I told you, the top military, the top leadership of Taliban, it is right now sitting in the Kandahar. We are also hearing this news that the formation of government of Taliban is going to be announced being at Kandahar, which will be a symbolic thing for everyone out there, because Kandahar was initially it was a hub of the power in Afghanistan for Taliban, as always, and right now they are trying to just reach a conclusion or a unanimous consensus that where should the cream leadership of Taliban should announce the upcoming formation of government for Afghanistan. Right now, that is going to be very crucial to discuss, and still we are trying to just connect all the dots, because there was no ISIS-K presence earlier. Just 4 days ago, all of a sudden it reappears, and it reappears with the statement of US President Joe Biden, because he was the one who announced it first, and he was the one who delivered the first security threat alert in his speech to the nation. So all these elements are being discussed, and the future war scenario of Taliban with the ISIS-K is also being discussed, what I heard from the Kandahar. So right now, formation of government dealing with ISIS-K and the Taliban's association and alleged cooperation with US for carrying out these over-the-horizon strikes. They are going to announce a few very important decisions, and we also heard something about these decisions in the background briefings and meetings in Kabul. So we are keeping our fingers crossed, and you might be seeing that I'm reporting from my room of the hotel, because the situation for foreign journalists is also being told that they have threats on them, so we are not allowed to go out for a while. So next reportage will be from the outskirts of Kabul for you, probably from Kandahar or from Panjshir, hopefully.
All right, Sumaira Khan, thank you for speaking to Indus News. Stay safe.